Over its storied 149-year history, the Mississippi Hotel has passed through many hands, housed many patrons, and left an indelible impression on Carleton Place's history. So, what better place to start than from the beginning? Constructed from limestone quarried on Beckwith's 9th line by local hotelier Napoleon Lavallee, the Mississippi opened its doors to the public in 1872. Its location on 7 Bridge Street was land originally deeded to Carleton Place settler William Morphy in 1824, and it remained under Lavallee's operation from 1872 to 1883 before being sold to Walter McElwain. Within 7 years, he doubled the Mississippi's size to 56 rooms, and with its mansard roof and 2-story wraparound veranda, it was said to be the grandest hotel between Montreal and Toronto. Its lavish interior was equally as impressive as its 4-story exterior, featuring an elegant central staircase, crystal chandeliers, custom monogram china, and real silverware, to name just a few of the amenities. In addition, the Mississippi also featured a stagecoach service to transport guests to and from the Canadian Pacific Railway Station upon their arrival in town, as well as livery stables and barns where the parking lot is located today. A red brick annex attachment was also constructed in 1882 for the purposes of hosting a sample room. When traveling salesmen arrived in Carleton Place via train, their trunks would be brought into the annex so local merchants could examine new wares and place orders on stock for their stores. Upon McElwain's death in 1907, his son Clyde took ownership of the hotel, and with a starting rate of $3 per night, the Mississippi continued to be a family affair until 1959. However, that fateful year was one that changed the Mississippi forever, as a massive fire erupted that April and destroyed the building's top floor and extensive ornamental veranda. Caused by a defective south end chimney, the blaze ripped through the building's southern roof and quickly roared from every top floor window as the Ocean Wave Fire Company, aided by a crew and pumper from Smiths Falls, attempted to quell the flames. After a grueling 5-hour battle in which fireman James Garland, who had been manning a heavy hose, lost his life, the local firefighters were able to confine and nearly snuff out the inferno before the Ottawa crew even hit the scene. Garland's tragic passing resulted in the Ocean Wave Fire Company ordering a new ladder truck soon after the fire, as their previous ladders had not been tall enough to battle flames at that height. In the end, the majority of the Mississippi was rescued, and the rest of Bridge Street was mercifully spared from damage. However, extensive renovations were required, and the Mississippi wouldn't reopen its doors until 1964. This time, the hotel was under David and Lorraine LeMay's ownership, and in 1967, a Canadian icon took up residence at the Mississippi after being offered a performing gig for room and board. That icon was country music legend Stompin' Tom Connors, who, in his month-long stay there, wrote one of his first hit songs, Big Joe Mufferaw. Connors never forgot his connection to the Mississippi, and he would eventually step in when the hotel was in desperate need of aid. When the Mississippi was sold by the LeMays to Brian Carter in the 1980s, his decision to host striptease shows there resulted in the hotel's reputation taking an immediate nosedive. Hordes of motorcycle gangs would race into town to drink beer and watch the night's seedy entertainment, and eventually, the Mississippi shut down in 1985. After sitting vacant and falling into disrepair, it was slated for demolition in 1990. However, a group of concerned Carleton Place citizens reached out to Stompin' Tom Connors for help, and while he refused requests for live interviews, his written plea made national news. With one sentence, the Mississippi was spared. All that can be done must be done to preserve this grand old lady. With all of the trials and tribulations that the Mississippi has been through, Perhaps it's no surprise that it has been deemed to be haunted. In fact, Chaps Paranormal conducted a paranormal investigation in 2009 to confirm this, and during their inspection of the building, they witnessed a smoke-filled hallway, multiple EMF spikes, and a moving apparition caught on camera, as well as the physical sensations of heavy chests and the presence of figures named Jacob, Hetty, and Stan. The Mississippi is now on record as one of the top 100 haunted sites in all of Canada. Today, the Mississippi Hotel operates under new management by the name The Grand Hotel, and its brick addition serves as the Smith & Barrel Pub. It continues to serve our community as well as those who travel to our little town with its commitment to fine dining and outstanding service. Well, you know what they say. If these walls could talk, oh, the stories they'd tell.